Hey guys, this is Taro, and in this video what I want to talk about is the 3 things you can do to find a career that fits you while you're still in college. Yesterday I had a conversation with a good friend of mine. She's in her early 20s, but she's very successful at what she does, and she's found this success quickly. But she told me about her stories while she was in college and up until now as a successful professional, that I learned that her success was not achieved overnight or in a short period of time as I thought initially. And I took away 3 important points, and I wanted to share this with you because I was sure that you were going to find this valuable. So let's get into the first point. The first thing that she told me about that stuck to me was that she studied very hard while she was in college. In a lot of universities in the United States and other countries, there is a huge partying culture, and alcohol is everywhere. People are going to parties during the weekdays, every day sometimes, and on the weekends they have to go out, kind of. There's a huge pressure to go out. And some people neglect studying, and although they might do okay and they might get mediocre grades and they might pass all the classes, submit all the assignments and graduate, but after graduation they don't know what to do because they didn't quite develop the knowledge that they could have. What my friend did instead, although she had her social life is massively important, but the main reason for going to college is to really study, and she did that. So the number one thing I took away is that you gotta study and gain the knowledge you can. For example, if you're going to the financial field, you can of course take classes on finance. You have to pass these classes, but you can also find your extra time that you could have been partying, and go to a computer lab and you can learn how to use the Bloomberg terminal, or you can learn how to use some database. And if you're doing computer science, of course you have to pass the classes, but you have to learn, you want to master your craft, you want to master your coding or something like that. And if you're doing statistics, you want to know everything about statistics, and that's possible if you go to a university. There are so many resources available to you, and the way you spend your time while you're in college is very important, and the main reason you go to university is to study. And I wish I did the same thing, because I did not study as much as I should have. Although my time at universities my undergraduate and graduate schools were stressful. I felt like my environments were challenging academically, but now that I look back, I know I could have done better. Alright, the second point I took away from this conversation was that you want to do your research on the field you want to get into. A friend of mine told me yesterday that she did a lot of research beforehand, and she would think about what she wanted to do after graduation, like every day. And in addition to taking exams and studying for these huge exams, she would also take time to conduct research on the industries of her interest. For example, she would go online and look up some companies and main players in the given industries and learn about them, and learn what kind of positions are available, and learn about some job descriptions and the nature of the jobs, and think about whether or not she would be a good fit for these companies and in these industries. So every day she was thinking about that, and I hear a lot of stories where people say they don't know what they're meant to be doing and after graduation, and it's partly because they didn't think enough while they were still in university, when they had the time to think. Because if you're not working full-time, you have a lot of time. You might be spending a lot of time studying in the library maybe, but you got some extra time always to do something else, and you want to be spending your time on research, not for your classes but for yourself, for your future career. And it's gonna be beneficial after you graduate because you've already done your homework. And the third thing I took away from this conversation is that you could do a lot of internships, because you could learn knowledge and some expert knowledge from books, but unless you try that in the field and do that yourself and perform the tasks and the work itself, you won't quite know if you are truly talented or if you'd be like interested in pursuing the career further. And the worst thing is you go into, after graduation, you spend the next 3 years trying a bunch of different things only to find out that you're not good at that. So what this friend of mine did was she went to a few internships, and the first one was with a big multinational corporation, which was she was excited to work for. But after she started, it wasn't something that she had expected, and although she learned a lot from her job, her first internship, it was not ultimately what she wanted to pursue as her career. And she went through a rigorous selection process for her second internship, which was really impressive actually. She was selected as one of the 50 people or something like that to get into this internship, and she did that, and in that internship she found herself to be enjoying the work, and she found herself putting in extra hours because she enjoyed working for this organization, and that's what she does now. So her second internship led her to her actual career, in which she's massively successful. And not only do you learn about yourself and what you're good at or your interest, you're also connected to the key people by trying different internships. You might find people who might mentor you or who might guide you in the right direction, and that could actually lead to a career. So those are the 3 things I took away. The first thing is to study hard, and the second thing is to do your research about the industries that you are interested in, and the third thing I took away is that try multiple internships, and you should do that while you are still in college, while you still have the time. And it was a great lesson for me, because right now, yeah, I mean, I'm with a lot of people who have already graduated from universities and still trying to figure out, you know, their way and where they fit in this world. And I'm doing that right now. And the conversation that I had yesterday with her inspired me enough that it made me want to create YouTube videos again and talk about my experience as a foreign student in the United States, and how I got around around this country, and how I got adjusted, how I got my job. And I want to talk all those things, and whenever a new topic comes out, I want to put a new video. So I want to do that once a week from now on. And I appreciate you watching this, and if you like the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave comments below and ask me any questions, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.